The House of Rothschild is a name that has echoed through history, standing for power, wealth, and influence. Over the centuries, this family didn't just build a fortune. They reshaped the world of finance and even helped steer the course of history itself. From humble beginnings, the Rothschilds grew to dominate banking, impact politics, and influence the rise and fall of empires. But how did they get there? How did a small business dealing with coins and couriers grow into a financial empire that reached across the globe? This is the story of the Rothschilds, a family driven by ambition, smart strategies, and the desire to be at the top. The Rothschild story starts in 18th century Frankfurt. Meyer Amschel Rothschild grew up in a crowded, poor area of the city. He didn't have many opportunities, but he was sharp and knew how to spot a good deal. At first, he traded textiles, but he soon realized there was much more money to be made in finance. So, he left the textile business behind and began dealing in gold coins and valuable antiques. Meyer had a big client, Prince William of Hesse-Kassel, one of the wealthiest men in Europe. When the prince needed to buy gold coins, he turned to Meyer. But Meyer wasn't just a middleman. He had a clever trick up his sleeve. He would buy the coins himself first, using borrowed money, and then sell them to the prince. This way, he could make a profit not just from arranging the sale, but also from the rising value of the coins. But he wasn't done yet. Meyer knew that if he wanted his family to stay wealthy for generations, he had to take things to the next level. He needed to start a bank. Banking was more than just about making money. It was about gaining respect and real power. Meyer took the leap, and it paid off. As the 1700s ended, Meyer was the richest man in Frankfurt. But he didn't just want to be wealthy in one city or even in Germany. He had a bigger vision for his family, a vision that would reach all of Europe. To make this happen, Meyer came up with a bold plan. He sent his 5 sons to establish banks in Europe's most important cities. Nathan went to London, James to Paris, Salomon to Vienna, Karl to Naples, and Amschel stayed in Frankfurt. This wasn't just about opening branches. It was about creating a network that could move money and share information across borders faster than anyone else could. This strategy turned the Rothschilds into the most connected bankers in Europe. The brothers didn't operate separately. They stayed in close contact, constantly sharing information and coordinating deals. While most banks worked within their own countries, the Rothschilds acted on an international level. They took advantage of opportunities wherever they showed up, whether in London, Paris, or Vienna. One of the Rothschilds' biggest advantages was their access to information. They set up a system of couriers who could deliver news faster than anyone else, and they were among the first to use the telegraph to communicate quickly over long distances. This edge in information played a key role during the Battle of Waterloo in 1815. Nathan Rothschild, who was based in London, got news of Napoleon's defeat before anyone else in England. He used this insider knowledge to buy government bonds just before their value shot up, making the family a fortune and proving the power of being well-informed. But the Rothschilds didn't stop at banking. They helped finance big projects across Europe, like railways and the Suez Canal. These weren't just business deals. They were investments in shaping the future of entire countries. They provided loans to governments, especially during wars, which gave them influence over the decisions those governments made. As their wealth grew, so did their cultural influence. The Rothschilds bought grand estates, collected priceless art, and supported museums and cultural events. But despite their fame, they kept their business dealings private. This secrecy only made people more curious and sometimes even suspicious about just how much power they really had. Over time, Europe went through revolutions, wars, and financial crises. But the Rothschild network allowed the family to adapt to any changes. They could move their money quickly, spread risks, and jump on new opportunities as soon as they appeared. This made them not only one of the richest families, but also one of the most resilient. Today, the Rothschild family may not be as dominant in finance as they once were, but they are still a big name in banking. Their company, Rothschild & Company, continues to be active in investment banking, asset management, and advising businesses and governments on big deals. The things Meyer and his sons set up, using networks across countries, getting information fast, and spreading risks, are still used in finance today. The Rothschilds didn't just make money, they changed how the financial world works. The House of Rothschild may no longer be at the very top, but their influence is still felt in the financial systems, markets, and strategies that drive our world today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories about the families and individuals who shaped history.